Come with me now onto the links, the course. Come with me now onto the greens, the tee boxes, the bunkers. Yes, that's the place you don't want to be. Is it ever Tara Gribben and Colm Campbell, golfers extraordinaire, young people growing in their skill at Warren Point Golf Club? Is it ever a good thing, strategically, tactically, to drop yourself into a bunker?
No, definitely
Never
not.
ever.
No, you want to avoid them
At all costs.
At all costs.
At all
yeah,
costs.
definitely. Yeah.
Can you think of a bunker you hit in all of your golfing world up to now, either of you?
Probably the 17th in Royal Portrush.
Why is it a difficult one?
It's called Big Nelly.
Wow.
So it's about 60, 70 feet high.
Oh, sweet God.
Yeah, it's quite different.
And what's the secret of getting out of a bunker? If I'm coming new to golf and I land in a bunker and you see me there, Tara, and I say, what am I going to do? What do you say?
I suppose it's all really about technique and stuff out of the bunker. I don't really know. I suppose, yeah, kind of technique really, isn't it? Just
Is the technique, do you hit the sand before the ball, or what do you do?
It depends really on the type of shot you want to play. Generally, you'll be coached to sort of take sand before ball.
Yeah.
That's sort of what you'd be taught as as you're developing your skills.
Let's think about developing skills in Warren Point. You're both from this part of the world.
Yeah.
Right. Where for you, Tara, did the whole golf experience begin?
Well, growing up with my dad, my daddy, Paddy Gribben, I suppose from a young age, I kind of say 11, 12, became a member of Warren Point. Daddy always kind of had me out from a young age, so it kind of started from there. Started playing under 15 Ulsters and then just developed my way up.
Yeah, and you studied golf management at university.
I did over in Preston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will that equip you to do?
I suppose anything really. I can go into the golfing industry. Something I'd like to do is work in the tournaments, or I knew that was what I wanted to do. Golf, it's a major passion for me. So I knew if I didn't want to keep playing, obviously I will keep playing, but job opportunities, I wanted to do something in the golfing industry. And I just thought that was the best thing for me to do, was to go over to England and to have the opportunity to do a course, golf management. So
yeah, does that indicate to me that you feel that possibly you won't be, maybe certainly you won't be the female Rory McIlroy?
Take me a long while to get there, I'd say. But with a bit of work and a bit of confidence, motivation, there's no reason why I can't try to do the best I can this season and see how far I can go.
What is that work, Colm, that you need to put in to make you turn the corner between the ordinary and the good and the promising and the strong and the impressive to be the wow, did you see that kind of thing with McIlroy? Yeah. What makes the difference?
I think it's like any sport. You get out of it what you put in, and certainly, we know how hard it is to succeed in this game, to get it, to win trophies and to be a part of teams like Ulster and Ireland. You're not going to get there by sitting about. You have to put in the effort and put in the the long hours of practice. So that's the only way you get to that next level. I think obviously Rory sort of epitomises that there. He's got there because he's worked hard from such a young age. Obviously, talent plays a huge part in it, but you still got to have the dedication and the work ethic as well.
You mentioned playing for Ireland, playing for Ulster. Just from your own mouths, let people know of the teams you have played for and the things you have achieved in golf.
Yeah, well, I made my Ulster senior debut in 2011. So basically, the 4 provinces come together. Top 8 players in each province have like a round robin against each other. That happens once a year. So I made my senior debut in 2011 in Ross's Point. So that was sort of
Donegal.
No, Sligo.
Sligo. Yeah, I was thinking the northwest out there.
So that was sort of my first sort of goal, was playing for Ulster, and then obviously this season I made my Irish debut in Southern Down in Wales in the home internationals.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so when we actually won as well, which was nice to be a part of the winning team.
Absolutely.
And it was the first time Ireland had won the Triple Crown for 6 years.
Yeah.
The last time they won it, Shane Lowry was a part of that winning team, who's doing quite well on the European tour.
Yeah. Tara, you, where have you, has golf taken you?
I started off, under 15s, and then I for Ulster, and then I played girls for under 18 for a few years, and then developed and got onto the ladies teams. I've taken a year or two break from competitive golf, so I was represented Ireland and my university at the World University Championships in Czech Republic.
My goodness.
That was in 2012, so I've taken a bit of a break.
It's only yesterday.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
My goal for next year is to get my green jacket, and I
That
suppose
means
that's always
playing for
been
Ireland. Yeah.
I suppose watching Colm this year has just kind of given me the motivation to kind of see how far I can get to.
You're both cream of the Warren Point crop of young golfers, I suggest, yes? Is there anyone there who'll take you out?
Well,
I suppose it depends on the day.
Well, that's it. Yeah, every day is different, but I think Warren Point's got a rich history of developing, good young golfers, and that's evident in our senior teams. We've been quite successful over the last 5 or 6 years in playing club team competitions. We've won a couple of All-Ireland medals, so I think that's evident.
How would you sum up the spirit at Warren Point from a sort of a kind of community golfing camaraderie point of view?
I think it's probably one of the best in the country in terms of the support that not only the teams get, but as the likes of me and Tara of individual support. We get a lot of members that come and follow us in tournaments, that actually take time off work and travel to tournaments just to give their support to us, which I think is is a huge help. And when you're standing sort of playing and you see somebody on the sidelines from your home club cheering you on, it's a massive help.
Is there, Tara, a natural sort of break between ability in the long game and the short game? Is it kind of the situation that someone in the long game, driving far and long, is very good at that, but when that person comes onto the green and has to do the little short putts, maybe not so good?
Yeah.
What's the scenario?
For me, anyway, I suppose you have to have a bit of talent as well, but it does, as Colm said, it's a lot of work. You have to put the work in, especially for your long game. For me, myself, short game, it's just about feel. I don't really work on a technique. I don't work. It's just short game's just about feel. But it does. You could have the best long game and then come around the greens and you're struggling. So it's.
Would you prefer on the greens to be putting uphill or downhill?
Uphill, probably.
And you?
Oh, definitely uphill.
Uphill, you have more control over it.
do, yeah.
Otherwise it goes away. The McIlroy factor is hugely interesting because, there was a period when if he blinked, he was good, and if he blinked again, he was bad. What's that about? That you can be, in the course of one day, 1 week, you can go from wonderful to dreadful.
It's just the typical nature of the game. It's, as you say there, one day you can play well and the next you can play poorly, and it's, even the best players in the world have those days too. So it's just the nature of the game. There's days you go out and you'll...
Yeah, is it a psychological thing, Colm?
Yeah, there's a psychological...
But once you start to slip, you see no end to the slide.
Yeah, well, I think, if you look at even the likes of Rory when he first changed to Nike, confidence wasn't there and he struggled. And even if you look at the likes of Potter Carrington, won 3 majors and, he's now nearly outside the top 350 in the world.
My goodness.
It's amazing how you can fall so quickly.
I think he was alluding to that in a quote of the week last week when he said, I really want to be the golfer who after the 18 holes is standing there for 2 hours signing autographs, not the fellow who can go back in 5 minutes. So, do people come charging after you for autographs now?
No.
Yes?
No.
No. Yeah,
They
you?
call him heavy.
Yes? A wee bit. A wee bit.
I wouldn't talk too much about it.
Where did golf start for you, Colm?
Again, very similar to Tara. You know, I started at quite a young age. It's in the genes. You know what I mean? My dad plays. My granda plays.
Yeah.
Paddy plays as well. You know, they were big influential people on my golfing game, so they were.
What about school? Because I noticed of recent years, well, maybe not just of recent years, but I noticed lads from the Abbey. They have a golf society, the Abbey. Pete, where did you go to school?
I went to St Mark's.
St Mark's. Was there golf in St Mark's?
It sort of started as I was coming to the end of St Mark's.
Yeah.
It started picking up. So they started like school leagues and things like that, which was, you know, good education for anybody sort of starting out and getting involved in them sort of school teams. But as I was coming through it, it was only really starting to kick together. So it was.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but I think people have. I beg your pardon. I think people have wakened up to golf because the McIlroy factor and all of that.
Definitely.
And before McIlroy, the Tiger Woods thing was unbelievable. And I remember at one point thinking, "Oh, Tiger Woods is working with Rory," and I think, "Wow, this is unbelievable stuff." You know.
I think Tiger's really has been more influential than Rory. You know, well, obviously Rory in the last couple of years, but I think Tiger's really changed the game of golf, so he has. And like, there's people that I know are playing golf that I would never have said I would have seen them playing golf. So it just shows you the factor that they do have on it, you know.
Patience is important because, for a start, you're hitting a ball towards a target that you cannot see. Is that infuriating?
Yeah.
Can be, yeah.
And how do you take a line? How do you take a bead? Do you see the flag even?
Well, when I'm playing, I sort of pick a target and try and obviously hit it as close to that target as possible. You know, so that's the way I would approach each shot, is pick a target and try and hit it as close to that target as possible.
And in the hitting of the ball, is there, I suppose, I beg your pardon, I have a cold, which I hope you don't get a cold this year. But anyway, we'll survive these things. But in the hitting of the ball, it's that joyful moment of the sweet spot that you know you've done it well. Does that occur for you? You know you've hit a good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all does. We'll talk about that in a minute. Stay with us. We're going for a break for the advertisements.
No problem.
That'll be important.
3, 2, 1. Destination. You've reached your destination. Go!
Advertise your business here. Reach a weekly audience of 275,000 people. Be ahead of the rest. Call Damien on 078 08 80 34 75 or 028 308 34 012.
The Brass Monkey has entertained Newry locals for almost 4 decades, and we have learned a few tricks on how to treat our customers. The Brass Monkey, one of Newry's finest restaurants, offers excellent customer service and outstanding food. Open from 10 a.m. each morning, we serve breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sunday carvery, 12 to 4 every Sunday. Live music Saturdays and Sundays. Great promotions such as 3 for £10 on any cocktail, or our early bird menu from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. The Brass Monkey services include taking bookings, walk-ins welcome, good for groups or parties, good for children, table service and outdoor seating. Call us or call in for a menu and one of our team will be happy to help. Pre-orders for lunch are also available. To contact us, telephone 028 302 63176. Follow us on Twitter and like us on our Facebook page at The Brass Monkey Newry. Thank you.
Louis Boyd's, 58 Mill Street, Newry. If you want to dress to impress, Louis Boyd's is for you. Style, comfort and great value. Louis Boyd's. Menswear labels now in stock. Diesel, Tommy Hilfiger, Superdry, Ramus Yomo and G-Star. Also communion and confirmation wear. Open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Saturday 9 to 5:30. Thursday and Friday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday 1 to 5 p.m. Louis Boyd's, 58 Mill Street or louisboyd.com.
It's here in the heart of modern Newry. The Rug House, an emporium of retail optimism in a city that's emerged from recession and is growing fast. Jobs, sales, the future. It's all here at the Rug House, and it's a business that has grown from the most humble beginnings. Stephen and Claire Vallely from County Armagh, educated here in Newry, and are now bringing home the bacon in the form of jobs and an enhanced economy. They are the people behind the Rug House. And so, for the Rug House, the future seems set fair. Stephen and Claire know indeed the value of hard work, and know too that indeed it brings its own good fortune. Clearly, for the Rug House, the future beckons.
If you want to watch this show from the comfort of your home on your TV, then all you have to do is get your hands on our brand new Roku box, where you can watch all the amazing shows we have here at Destination Newry. Simply get yours now by calling us on 028 308 34010 and get yours today.
You've reached your destination.
Newry, it is the morning programme, joyfully welcoming Tara Gribben. How are you, golfer at Warren Point? Colm Campbell, golfer at Warren Point. We've been talking about Rory McIlroy, for example, and recounting stories that you played in the same squad as him, Colm, as you were coming up.
Yeah. Rory and I were in the same junior Ulster squads coming through at a young age. As I was saying, I was obviously a wee bit older than Rory, but obviously because he was such a talent, he was brought into the squad at such a young age. And
did you see even then that there was something special?
yeah, you could see that he was very developed, golfer at that age. At a young age, you could see that he was already streaks ahead of everybody else that was there.
Yeah.
You could see that he was highly talented, and
of course the talent also requires good strength. And this is the downtime, in a sense, the bad weather and the winter time. It's an opportunity to get into gymnasia and start to work. You guys have a program worked out by young Belton, is that right?
Well, myself and Colm are doing different. I'm doing a boot camp at the moment with Connor, and it kind of works on every bit of my fitness, and especially for my golf, it's kind of, I can really see a difference in my whole stability, my core. It's basically a 12-week program, but the motivation that Connor gives, you need, to be honest, people just think golf's, you go out and play, but you need to be fit.
Yeah, of course.
And I just
That's
thought the best
more
thing.
fitness, is it? Is that what it is? Yeah.
Just thought the best thing for myself anyway, for someone to motivate me, and the boot camp is really 5 weeks. 5 weeks done already.
Yeah, the other person Paul, I think it's Paul Coulter. He's out at Altnavay House. He does boot camps as well. Fitness. It all seems to be about fitness, and fitness. Your experience, yes?
Yeah, well, I'm actually doing a 12-week personal training session with Connor myself.
Yeah.
Just very similar to what Tara said there. Somebody sort of pushing you on, and because you wouldn't do half the things in a gym that they get you to do.
Yeah.
They get the max out of you, and as Tara said as well, people think that just playing golf, that's all you need to do, but you need to be fit, mentally fit as well, because obviously when we're playing championships and things like that, you're playing 36 holes a day, so that's, it's not only tiring, but it's mentally tiring as well.
How do you get mentally fit?
I think when you're physically fit, that plays a massive part in your mental side of the game as well. If your body's tiring, your mind's going to tire. So that's where, over the winter months, that's where you put all your efforts into in the gym to get yourself physically fit, and as a result of that, then you become mentally more.
And guys, down at Warren Point, who coaches you? Because obviously there must be a coaching regime.
Yeah. Well, I work with Paddy, Tara's daddy. He's always sort of been my main coach. He's the one that's always sort of looked after my golf swing. He's been,
And I'm the same.
The same with Dad.
Yeah.
What's the secret of the good and the perfect golf swing? You bring the ball up, you put your tee in the ground, and you line up to it, and what happens?
Pray.
Certainly.
I think, again, it just comes down to good technique. I think that's is the key, is having the good technique and having the club in the right position at the right time.
I must tell you a story, and you can place whatever importance you like on this story. I had done a nationwide program for RTE on the blind golf championships of Northern Ireland, where you would be, no, it was the British blind, and it was up at Beaver.
Okay.
And the blind people were playing and doing very, very well. You've heard of this phenomenon, yes? As part of the program, I was blindfolded. Couldn't see.
Right.
And I was lined up to take a shot. And I took the best golf shot I'd ever taken in my life, because I was just addressing not what I could see, but the technique that I'd been told should be in me.
Okay.
And that made a difference.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That sort of thing can happen. You're supposed to keep your head down, aren't
That's
you?
correct, yeah.
Yeah.
If you lift your head up, what happens?
Ball could go anywhere.
You miss it, you go anywhere. You keep the head down, that's all part of it, yeah. So, you're both dedicated, it's all going well. Warren Point's at the heart of it all. But I mean, Warren Point's a nice place to recreate as well, isn't it? The golf course there. Because you've got the excellence of Justin's cuisine down there, in the restaurant, and a lovely restaurant it is down there. People can come as guests and go in and have an evening out. You also have a whole series during the year of special event evenings, but food and music and at the opera, all sorts of things. Well, that's important to the club, do you think? Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Especially over the winter months, when obviously it's a bit more quieter for the golf club. So it's very important that they have social events, going on at the weekends to bring business through the doors, because golf over the winter months is a quiet sport because of the weather here.
Yeah.
And I think they do run a good schedule down there. There's sort of a bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah.
So I know that Paul Reevy, one of our good friends there, he works in the golf club. He's running a hypnotist night now coming up on the 22nd of
My
November.
goodness.
So that's something that he's promoting himself. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
Well, as we finish, I want to thank you, because when I was building my second African school, we had a Warren Point Golf Club for Africa.
Mm-hmm.
We did a golf classic there, and we did hugely, hugely well. We did it twice.
Okay.
And there's a wee bit of Warren Point in sub-Saharan Africa. So thank you both very, very much indeed, and pass that thanks on to your people at the golf club. And to each of you, Tara, Gribben, good luck.
Thank
Go
you.
well and be strong. And Colm, Campbell, keep the head down. That's the way to do it. And become a Rory McIlroy, or female Rory McIlroy. And remember the kindly old television interviewer who put you across the world. And
Absolutely.
we say, listen, thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
coming
much.
in. God
Thank
bless
you.
Thanks
mate.
Thank
Go
you.
well.
Cheers. Thank you.
God bless you.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.